And we have our men's junior 1500 metres on the line with hip number 1, Harrison Carr of Old Scotch. Hip number 2, Davin Chirab of Maccabee. Hip number 3, Sajan Diol he's the invitational athlete in the Box Hill kit. Hip number 4, Brad Hall from Knox. Hip number 5, Seb Farrelly of Mornington Peninsula. Hip number 6, Sam Albertson from Mentone. Hip number 7, Tyler Murphy from Diamond Valley. Hip number 8, James Hatton from Glen Huntley. Hip number 9, Archie Hewitt from Mornington Peninsula. Hip number 10, Mitchell Langbourne from Keilor St Bernards. Hip number 11, Brodie Atchison from Mornington Peninsula. Hip number 12, Nathan Tiermans, invitational. Hip number 13, Spencer Storen of Knox. And hip number 14, Luke Sin of Doncaster. And as the athletes settle, it is Spencer Storen of Knox, who is a breakaway to this. Well, I was going to say a peloton, but it actually doesn't really look like too much of a peloton right now. It's a few races, a few athletes spread right across the track as Mitchell Langbourne makes his way into second, getting up on Spencer Storen's heels.
Yeah, Langbourne's one to watch here. He does know how to race and he's very strong. Storen's had a bit of a breakout year though, and you can see Sin on the inside. Also one who's had a big 2021. Albertson just to the outside there. Gee, some good talent in this race, Michael.
Yeah, as we keep saying, there's a few familiar names, which means people with a lot of races under their belt as we come to, we've done 5 milers clubs, we've done Box Hill Burn, Box Hill Classic, state championships. So we're at the pointy end of the season now. Nationals is in a couple of weeks, and we expect to see the likes of Spencer Storen and Mitchell Langbourne at the head of their field with seed times of 3:59. So
interesting to see Hatton stepping up to the 15. He's been more of an 8 runner, but it is good to get the legs out over the 1500 metre journey. But Spencer Storen just controlling pace out front. Mitch Langbourne looking comfortable.
Yeah, always good to go a bit over distance and under distance when you sort of got a pet event as such that you might be training for. Sam Albertson from Mentone is the one in that 4th position. .203, so they are heading for around 3:55 pace for that 1500 metres. So the pace is on early, and you can see that as how they're so strung out across the track. It's not that bunch field that we've seen in the last few races, the A and Bs.
Starting to make a bit of a move.
Brad Hall is sitting in about 6th position, but he is moving ahead of that 2nd or 3rd pack, as we sort of said.
Gee, Storen's setting a good pace here because you can see that break now to Albertson and then the break back to Hatton. It was to see Hall just trying to slip into that little slot there. But I reckon Langbourne's just biding his time here. But Sin still there. That's a good thing.
I was just looking to see who our Doncaster athlete is. Luke Sin. He's sitting on Storen's heels on the inside of Langbourne. 1 lap to go and a time of 2:58 on the clock. Quick close would give them a sub-4, and those 3 athletes are absolutely capable of it.
I want to see how much go Sin's got here. This is impressive from him. I've seen him in this position and then go back, but I reckon Luke Sin's going to show us tonight that he's really taken the step forward this season. Langbourne is an accomplished runner. Sin is having a go. I like this. I really like what I'm seeing here from Luke Sin. He's coming onto the side of Storen, but Langbourne just is gritty. Just look at the way he puts the head down and goes for it.
And Langbourne, as we see him round the back of that discus cage there, all of a sudden you put your head up and he's got 15 or 20 metres on him. They're not going to catch him at this point.
No, they're not. But it's going to be stride for stride, which is great for Storen and Sin. They're going to push both of them through here. So time check now, it's about 3:50. So hopefully we can get both well under that 4-minute mark.
So big PB for
close.
Mitchell Langbourne and
the 2 boys.
We'll give him a 3:59. We'll give it to him. Hatton and Albertson, 4:03, 4:04, round about PB marks for the 2 of them.
Hall just dropped off a little bit there. I thought he'd be a bit stronger, but he's come through now.
We have the athlete from Dunedin Runners, Nathan Tiermans, Sebastian Farrelly, and Harrison Carr all to follow. Archie Hewitt, Brodie Atchison, and Tyler Murphy all to round out the field in the men's junior 1500 metres.